So you're studying for the SAT Math Level 2 subject test. You've come to the right place. I'm Dan from WeWillTeachYouMath.com. Guys, when you're using these videos to study, make sure you pause the video at the beginning when the problem first comes on the screen and try it on your own. Most of your practice should be done this way, actively and independently. Then, if after you try the problem on your own, you still find it tricky, that's when you watch the video explanation. In fact, you can use any resources that you have available to you to try to figure it out so that the next time a similar problem comes your way, you'll be ready. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.
23. The statistics below provide a summary of IQ scores of 100 children. Means 100, medians 102, standard deviations 10. First quartile is 84, third quartile is 110. About 50 of the children in this sample have IQ scores that are which of those? So let's kind of understand what's going on with this data for a second. We have 100 children taking a test. In general, we know what mean is, right? That's just the average score out of the 100 kids. The median is if you put the data in order and pick out the middle value, or if it's an even number of values, then you take the average of the two middle values. Standard deviation is something that measures how much variance there is in the scores distribution. I don't think that's really involved in this problem, but we could go into how that's calculated. And the first quartile and the third quartile, those are important for this, so let's talk about those. In general, if you have a set of data, you can break it up. So let's say you've calculated the median. Then the interquartile range is between the first and third quartile. So the first quartile is defined as a point where 25% of the data is below that score. That's defined as the first quartile. And the third quartile is a point where 75% of the data is below that point, or 25% is above. And the median is the halfway point, so you could call that the second quartile, or probably just they call it the median, right? Because 50% of the data is below the median and 50% is above, because the median is the middle value. So if that's the case, then each quartile contains 25%, or 1/4, that's why it's called a quartile, of the data points. So if there's 100 data points, each one of these quartiles has 25 points in it. And then they define this thing called the interquartile range, which is from the first quartile to the third quartile, whatever that number is, up to this number. So from 84 to 110 is the interquartile range, and that contains 50% of the data. So the best answer is C. 50 of the children, half of the children, 50% of the data, are between the first quartile and the third quartile. So hopefully that makes sense. And let's just talk about why the others do not make sense. 50% less than 84? No, because 84 is the first quartile, so only 25% is below that. Less than 110, that doesn't make sense, because less than 110 is the third quartile. That's 75% of the data. We only want half. We like C. D says between 64 and 130. I'm not actually even sure where that one comes from. And then more than 100. It's not unreasonable to think that, well, actually, what was the mean? Yeah, the mean was 100, so it's not unreasonable to think that 50% of the data would be above the mean. But technically, it's really the median. 50% of the data would be above the median. And since the median and the mean are not the same in this case, E wouldn't be true. But E wouldn't be far off. That's probably the next best choice. But C is truly the answer.
Hi, thanks for watching. If anything's still confusing or you need a little extra help, drop me an email, leave a comment, or give me a call. I answer every message. And if you want to check out more videos like this, visit WeWillTeachYouMath.com. See you in the next video.